What's up, everybody? I am Woodswing of Woodswing Gaming, and today I have a special video for you. Today we're going to be doing a ghost guide for the Jinn in Phasmophobia. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Okay, we'll take a camera, EMF reader, and a thermometer. I should have checked where the power was. It's in the garage. Easy enough. Okay, just gonna look for some orbs and try to get the power on. I haven't heard it mess with anything yet. Oh. What was that? Where was that? Oh. EMF 5. I think it was touching the computer in here. Okay. EMF 5. Awesome. So this is the room. Yeah, this is the room. No orbs. One thing I know it's not, though, is it is not a mare. Oh, it can't be a mare anyway. It's not a mare because, that computer is considered a light source, and mares can't turn on lights. Okay, let's grab the other kind of set and forget equipment. And it's touching that door a lot, so we'll grab the UV. It's very active. Hey, look at that. Got a little UV handprint. So what can't it be? Can't be ghost orb. Well, Obake would be ghost orbs, but I didn't see any orbs. Can't be spirit box. Okay. Easy enough. I'm gonna shut that off. Oh, look at that. Little fingerprints on the keyboard. You stop that. It's bad music. Fingerprints on the closet door. Put you right here. Why you gotta be like that, man? Real early. I really feel like that was an early hunt. Oh, look, a bone. Why did you hunt so early? Is my sanity actually a lot lower than I think it is? It is. Why is it so low? Interesting. Let's take some drugs about it. Don't do drugs, kids. Drugs are bad. Okay. Let's try the spirit box. Oh, it can't be spirit box, right? Okay. Okay, so he's got to kind of wait, see what happens. I'm not getting caught like that again, no. I must have been standing in the dark more than I thought. Or a Jinn or someone has used their ability to drain my sanity. Oh yeah, 30 degrees below freezing. It's a Jinn. Okay. Okay, since we have the Jinn, this is an opportunity to talk a little bit about some of the things that the Jinn can do and some of the things that it doesn't do, and maybe dispel some myths about it. So how about a little Jinn 101 here for Phasmo? Okay. Fun fact number 1 about the Jinn. The Jinn cannot directly turn off the fuse box. Now I say directly because it can indirectly turn off the fuse box. So the Jinn can interact with light switches the way that any other ghost can. And if there are too many lights on in the house and the Jinn interacts with one of the light switches, it can actually shut the breaker off because it overloads the breaker. It's the same thing would happen if you were to do it. Yep, they can shut off the breaker that way. So, but it cannot just come to the breaker box and just flip the breaker box off like that. Okay. Okay, so you can tell the difference between the ghost turning off the breaker box and then blowing the breaker. And what happens when you blow the breaker is that all of the light switches will reset to the down position, and you'll have to go flip the breaker back on and turn on all of your lights. However, if it's another ghost and it actually turns the breaker off by hand, all the light switches stay in the position they were in when the breaker was shut off. So if I go around and I flip all of these light switches here in Tanglewood, eventually we'll get to one and it will blow the fuse. So I just blew the breaker, right? So now the breaker's off and all of the light switches have flipped back to the down position. So that's the difference. So now I have to go back this way and flip the breaker on. Okay, so the Jinn can turn the breaker off, but not directly. Alright, so the Jinn has an interesting ability, and it's the reason I think that I got hunted so quickly. Okay, the Jinn has an ability that it can only activate if the breaker is on. The breaker is on, and the player is within 3 meters of the ghost. Now what this ability does is the Jinn will sap your sanity for 25% of your sanity. And at the same time that it saps your sanity, it leaves an EMF 2 or an EMF 5 reading at the breaker box. So the only way really to test this is to set up an EMF reader on the breaker box and kind of listen for it to go off. It's a lot easier if you have multiple people. It's kind of hard to do by yourself. But that's one way that you can tell a Jinn from other ghosts if you're doing no evidence runs, for example, is you can set up an EMF reader on the breaker box and then wait for an EMF 2 or an EMF 5 to show up at the box randomly. Sorry, we just got vented on there. And then we got Ghost Ball. Awesome. It's really trying to drain my sanity here. I blew all these lights. Keep that sound ready to go. Okay, so it can drain your sanity by like 25%. So another ability that the Jinn has is the ability to sprint toward you during a hunt. So the way this works is if the breaker is on and the Jinn gets line of sight of you from more than 3 meters away, it will speed up immediately to like 2.5 meters per second. And the standard ghost speed is 1.7 meters per second. So it kind of seems like it's sprinting towards you a little bit. Once it sprints towards you and it gets within those 3 meters, it will kind of continue that speed, but it will slow down a little bit to the 1.7 meters per second, and then it will start to speed up with line of sight the way that every other ghost does, or not every other ghost, but all the normal hunting ghosts. They will speed up with line of sight. The Jinn does the same. This ability only works if you're more than 3 meters away and if the breaker box is on. If the breaker box is off, the Jinn hunts at the typical 1.7 meters per second. As a matter of fact, we're about to see it right now. So watch as it rounds the corner here. It's going to sprint toward me. If it comes this way. It might be stuck. Alright, you hear the sprint? And then it slowed down a little bit. And now it's doing the typical speed up with line of sight. Okay? So, the breaker box was on. It was farther than 3 meters away. So it sped up and kind of sprinted toward me. It was a much quicker speed up than... You stop that. It sped up a lot faster than typical ghosts would with line of sight. It's instant with the Jinn, so it's immediately goes from 1.7 to 2.5. So I'm gonna grab another smudge really quick, and then I'm gonna shut the breaker box off, and I'll show you what a hunt looks like when the breaker is off. You'll notice it's a lot slower on the when it's coming toward me. Should probably go in here and shut it off. I will turn the flashlight on. Flashlights and lights themselves have no impact on the Jinn whatsoever. The Jinn doesn't mess with lights more often. It doesn't make the lights flicker more often. It doesn't do anything with the lights. Whether the lights are on it or not, it doesn't have any impact on the Jinn's abilities. It's only the breaker box. Okay, so we'll hang out here and wait for another hunt. Showtime. Here, so it's just regular speed coming this way. Now it still speeds up with line of sight, like all the other ghosts. Oh, it got me anyway. Okay, so that's the Jinn. I didn't do a very good job of running away, but that's the Jinn. Oops. I got stuck on that door and it kind of slowed me down. It is what it is. Oh, you win some, you lose some. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody. I'm Woodswing of Woodswing Gaming. Please check me out on Twitch at twitch.tv/woodswinggaming. Stay spooky, my friends.